This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with William Hill and Empire Fight Store. Delighted to be joined here on Zoom today, Mr. Chris Eubank Jr. How are you, mate?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
Good, thank you. First things first, I suppose go straight into it. The decision to join up with Bomac. Do you just want to firstly tell us how you came to that sort of thought process?
Listen, he's they've had an amazing result over the weekend, and I knew that this is a man that's been with Terrence Crawford for a long time. So and Terrence has had a lot of great performances. So I knew that this team knew what they were doing. I was confident in them, and they were in the right place at the right time. They were in Vegas, so the stars just aligned. It just made sense. So yeah, it's everything happens for a reason, I guess.
Just on that point then, we obviously saw Terrence Crawford's incredible performance. Was it as of that point that you made the decision, or was that decision made prior to the fight?
It was made prior, but obviously watching that performance just solidified, it was just like, yeah, these guys know what they're doing. This was a good decision. The morale's there, the momentum's there. And yeah, we were in the gym the next day.
Chris, let me ask you then, this time round, you've had time to reflect on the last fight. It was announced and then pushed back again. Just firstly, what did you make of dealing with that process, having a fight date, then not knowing when you would be out?
I've dealt with it for years. Fights being pushed back, fights being cancelled. It's nothing new. Nothing's ever going to be as worse as the Conor Benn situation where I'm training and cutting weight, and then the fight gets cancelled 2 days before. So if I can deal with that, I can deal with the pushbacks that Liam Smith made, and it actually worked out very well for me because some things happened outside of boxing that wouldn't have happened if I had fought him. So I'm happy. The time is now, and everything happens for a reason.
Chris, I caught up with Calla over the weekend, who I know saw you out in Vegas last week. He said that there's going to be a couple of things different this time round. More that sort of instead of coming in at 159, utilising that extra pound. He hinted at your new training team. Obviously, now it makes sense. Now we've seen the announcement. Do you believe now onto this fight, the 2nd of September, these are the additions to give you the victory in the rematch with Liam Smith?
They will for sure be adding things to the camp and to my mindset and to my arsenal that are going to help. But at the end of the day, there's still only there's 4.5 weeks left. There's not a huge amount they're going to be able to change in that time. I have a game plan. I know how I'm going to approach this fight. They're not there to change that. They're there to help me to do what I want to do. You have to obviously work with a team for a lot longer than 4 weeks to be able to, to show real differences in how you fight. But they're gonna tweak things. We're gonna work on things, and these guys are very experienced. They're very professional. So I'm excited to see what we can come up with.
What do you make of Liam Smith this time around? We know that the first one was one with a lot of animosity and sort of jibes at the presser in the week building up to the fight. You were quite cool, calm and collected in the launch press conference of the fight before it was cancelled. Now it's been re-announced. When it comes to fight week, what are your thoughts on the guy?
No different. He's just a guy. But the difference is now actually, that he has a win over me. So there's a new pressure. I've never been here before in terms of fighting a guy who has a win over me. That's a new pressure. That is a new challenge. And I'm going to rise to it.
How close was the Ben fight? I believe at some point in June it was announced that sort of personal terms had been agreed. It was just sort of as of when Conor Benn could get cleared. We know that sort of, or we believe that you and the Sauerlands wanted that fight. Are you able to give us some clarity?
Um, I wouldn't say the fight was close to getting made. Eddie was saying that, it's about to be made and there's just a few things left. That was never really the case. I entertained some of the offers, but I never made it. I never said to them that, all right, this is what I want for this fight to happen. Because in my mind, I always needed to get this fight with Liam taken care of first. Um, the Conor Benn fight isn't going anywhere. It's it's there. It's there to be had whenever it can be made. The Smith fight is different. I need to take that fight now. I need to get that loss avenged immediately.
What happens on September the 2nd when you fight Liam Smith in a rematch?
I win. I have to win. Um,
Do you believe you can stop him?
yeah, of course. I mean, I believe I can stop any man. Um, but with this fight here, it's about proving that I'm the better man. I didn't prove that, or I didn't get a chance to prove that. Um, the last time around, I was winning the fight, and then all of a sudden it was over. What the hell happened? Um, I got maybe a little bit too relaxed, a little bit too complacent, and then I paid the price for that. Um, yeah, I will never make that mistake again. That's for sure.
Chris, what's your current relationship like with your father? Do you believe that he'll be in your corner and with you and when it comes to fight night?
I don't know if he'll be in the corner, but I'm hoping he'll be at the fight.
Okay. I suppose I just want to pick up quickly then before I let you go on the Conor Benn comments. You said that fight's always there. Is that win or lose? I know you don't want to think about defeat, but do you believe that regardless of the outcome of this fight, you always have that fight there with Conor?
Yes, that fight will always be there, but obviously, um, you know, you have to keep your momentum going. You have to keep your hype going. You can't be losing to guys and then trying to make big fights. It doesn't, it ruins it. It ruins the hype. It ruins the feel of a fight. So I've got to get back to my winning ways.
When you reflect on Spence and Crawford, what a fight it was going into it. It was sort of two very even fighters. I think Terence went in as the small favourite, but not much in it. To see such a punch perfect performance, I mean, just how special is he as a fighter?
Amazing, yeah. To dominate a fight like he did was yeah, it was unexpected. I mean, for the outside viewers, their team will tell you that they always knew that was going to happen. But yeah, like you said, most people saw it as a 50-50 fight, and it clearly wasn't. And that's due to Terrence's ability and his preparation, you know, and his team helped him to do that. So that gives me great confidence in working with them moving forward.
Just lastly from me then, next week, Anthony Joshua makes his ring return against Dillian Whyte in a rematch. What are your thoughts on the fight? Obviously, when AJ's fighting in town, it's always a big occasion. Is Dillian Whyte the person to sort of get on AJ's chest and maybe bring back the AJ from 2017?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think that's going to be a great fight. The first fight was great to watch, and yeah, I think that's the perfect opponent to get AJ back to his old ways, back to his winning ways. And it's a tough fight for him. But if he if he's been preparing well, like I know he has, um, yeah, I think he's gonna do the job.
Chris, top man, thank you very much for your time. I know it's been a long day of media for you, so I'll let you crack on with the rest and all the best with training camp and see you when it comes to fight week.
Okay, appreciate it. Thanks.